Yeah, man. João Felix,
You know
man.
what it is?
Yeah.
Now we're in trouble side, man. And the problem is, I feel like as someone who's been like, I haven't really criticized Amorim that much, but I've been on Amorim watch. And you guys said I want Amorim out. I don't even want Amorim out. I'm just a student of Noradine.
No. That's Danny. Danny only wants him out.
Yeah, he wants him out. But the reason I'm on to Amorim because, and I'm going to say this again, Saeed. If Amorim doesn't finish in the top 10, he's only got the first 10 games of next season to save his Man United managerial career.
You save energy, already. You save energy.
And that's all he's got.
I said it about Ten Hag. Saeed, let me say something to you now. Right? Fans can only take so much. When they don't see anything, listen, yesterday we got beaten, but Manchester United, what's his name? Their goalkeeper, Henderson, was man of the match, yeah? I'll come back and I'll defend whoever it was. I said it about Ten Hag, I say it about Amorim. Any manager that comes in their first season, I will defend them against anybody as long as I see performances. And I'm afraid the performances have got even worse and more worse. So at the end of the day, I said that same thing what Musa's saying last season about Erik Ten Hag. I said, you give Erik Ten Hag the job, you end up flew out to him, but you know he's under pressure in the first 5 games. And what happened? He was under pressure. And once you're under pressure and that ball keeps rolling, what happens? Boom, you get headed out. So for me, I think self-preservation is the must for Amorim, but I can come up to my criticism, so I'll let Musa answer.
Yeah, because my thing is this, and this is why I've been so, or why I've criticized INEOS so much, is because you can't get your manager in November and not have a plan to how you're going to back him in the first transfer window. You can't do that. That's just basically throwing him under the bus.
Negligence.
Yeah, because he's coming, he's got a squad of players that can't play the type of football that he wants to play. But you've chosen to back a manager who plays a back 3. Since he's come in, we've played a back 5 and we've conceded more goals than we were conceding before with 5 defenders. 5 defenders, and we're still conceding plenty of goals. So the problem that Amorim has,
I think the scoring is a bigger issue. Defending,
no, but scoring was an issue before, but we were good side. We weren't conceding as many goals. We're conceding more goals now than we were before under Amorim. So the problem that Amorim has is this: he's going to have a fan base, some that with him, some that are against him. But at least if the man's got his own players, he can try to find some type of form to see out the season, finish in the top 10, have a good run in the Europa League, have some good vibes going on around the club and the type of football that you're playing. But there is no good vibes around Amorim football right now. Well, no one can come here and point at his football.
You know what it is? The thing is, he could give us a little bit more joy, but I think we're always going to go back to the square one in terms of having big problems at the football club. I generally do. Now we are seeing the guy.
These players have proven that as crap as they are, they can finish 8th. They can do that. So there has to be a level of this manager finishing the top. Look, I'm not even telling you they got to finish 8th side. I'm telling you top 10.
I'd rather just see better football and us progressing.
No, you won't say. That's the problem. You're going to call him out in the car park, and that's the problem. You keep on saying this, but as soon as it gets peaked, you're the first to say.
No, I told you already. I'm not the manager out again. I told you already. I've changed. I'm a changed guy, bro. I think there's bigger issues than the manager.
I'm not listening to anybody because,
bro, I've changed. Musa, you have to understand. I'm a new person.
Nah,
this ain't so Saeed.
Nobody believes that. You've got new punchlines. You've got new punchlines talking about the car park.
I'm a changed man, bro.
The car park is a new punchline. I never knew about no car park.
This is where you got to come to my house here. You can chat over there.
We're 3 points off 16th. If we lose our next game and the teams underneath us win,
I want these players out first, man. I want Bruno out, all of these players out before the manager.
Why are you always singling out?
That's the biggest problem at this club. Him, Luke Shaw, all of these guys. I want them out first. Not this manager.
What about your people, INEOS?
Listen, they're not my people.
They told me INEOS.
That's your people.
That's your people. Listen,
you're
never exaggerate. All I've said is, I take the good from the good and the bad from the bad. Yeah.
No,
what I think for me with INEOS, what they've done last transfer window, everyone here was saying, it's not a bad transfer window. They haven't overspent, etc., etc. But what I have said though, I said this January transfer window, they've got to be bringing 2 players in, a left wing back and left 10. And so far, they failed to do that. They brought in 1 player. They haven't brought in the left 10. So and also, I've called them out for letting go of 3 players and not bringing any in. That's negligence. So I am calling them out. I'm not giving them any
forwards. They've let go of 3 forwards, and you're telling the rest of us
3 forwards, yeah.
Why should we trust INEOS? I keep on telling you that these guys, they're not in the business of doing loans. We're not doing no loan side. INEOS are not gonna, they're not gonna progress another team's player, let him play for good.
You know what they're saying now?
And send him back. They're not gonna do it.
I don't know if Killis put a quote up here. He was saying that they're trying to make sure that they don't do anything crazy now, so that in the summer they basically are ready.
What's crazy, Saeed? So what's crazy?
Let me have a point.
What Aston Villa do is crazy. What Man City's done is crazy. What Spurs have done, is that what they call crazy?
I know.
Getting players in that
Tell one is absolutely mind-boggling. I don't know if you know, Nuruddin. I don't know if you've been hearing anything on today, yeah. But the Tell one is a straight loan without an option to buy. There's no jurisdiction
because
to buy.
They don't want that though. INEOS are not gonna go and develop another team's player and send him back. That's again. They're not doing that.
Every team does that in Europe, though. Not okay. Maybe Real Madrid and don't do that in Barcelona, but listen, we're not that team, though. We have to be that team. That, you know what? All right, see you later, man. We've used it for 6 months. We did something. You'd rather have something than nothing.
They're not doing it, and that's the same thing. So they're not doing no loans like that unless they got the right to buy it, and that right to buy has to be at the right price.
We don't need the right to buy. I wouldn't want a right to buy anyway in January. I don't want to.
No, but you're not INEOS. But your boss is INEOS, who you support. That's what they're on, Saeed. They're on buying players.
By the way, can you stop saying the bosses? I'm not affiliated to INEOS. I've called them out in Carpa. They're not my guys.
That's your people. That is your people. I don't know why you're suddenly denying it now. When we've sat here on trip and we've defended them so many times.
They're not my people. I've called them out. Do not call. Listen, when you're compromised, hold on a minute. When you're compromised, you do not call your people out. I have never ever come in here and said they are my people. I've called them out on their land.
Yeah, are you calling them out? Really? Are you calling them out? I mean, the streets are. I am. Your nickname now, Saeed Cliff. You know what I mean?
He's Saeed Cliff.
You know what I mean? So
welcome to Saeed Cliff TV. This is Saeed Cliff TV.
I said you have to judge them until the end of the window, or we'll see what we do at the end.
What are you talking about? The end of the window, Saeed?
No, I know this is where
the talking about. The window's closed. It's done.
This is where, like I said to you guys, this is where I'm saying now what's going on. But I also said at the start of the window, we need to hurry up here. This is not good enough.
I told you INEOS had a head start against every other team because they bought their manager in November. The minute they bought him in, they should have been a list of players that they need to go and get for him that are gonna contribute to his system. The transfer window opens and they just scan on like the window's closed. They're just relaxing. And you're here telling me we should trust in INEOS. I told you from the beginning.
I don't think I'm needed today, you know. I think Musa. I think I'm gonna just stay on mute.
I know you're the man. You need to just close the whole window. Close the window.
Listen, I've never come on here and said I fully trust INEOS. Never. The day they came in contact with the Glazers and never wanted to buy the club with a full sale, I was there. If I wasn't there, why was I at the protest with Nuruddin then? I was at every protest. So don't say to me, that when they got rid of what's his name, Ashworth.
What did me and Nuruddin say? We were onto them. You were like, they done a good job.
No. But what I said though, they made a decision. Yeah, they made a decision rather than keeping a player, keeping a guy that could affect our summer window and the window.
The guy that they let in.
That's why. Yeah, they look bad. But I did say though they look bad.
Get him, Musa. Get him. Get him.
No. Listen. I said,
and then he wants us to celebrate.
Let me land. What I've said is, listen. For them to go and hire a guy and 3 months later down the line, sack him, it doesn't look good. But you know what? For the future windows, if we're going to have a guy who doesn't align with what INEOS are doing, then it's not right to keep in a guy. That's fair enough. But for me, I've always said INEOS have to show me to believe in them. They have to show me. And so far, it's been up and down. I've seen some good things and I've seen some bad things. But right now, the bad things are overweighing the good things. You have to admit that. And it's not looking good right now.
Who are the players they
I'm calling it out. I'm not hiding away from this.
Who are the players they sign in this window, Saeed, that you wouldn't get rid of?
I wouldn't get rid of.
Yeah. There's only one player, and that's because he's a youth player, as far as I'm concerned.
So you get rid of the rest of them. You get rid of the rest of them.
All of them can go.
See, I don't think so.
I can upgrade every single one of them for this system.
Yeah, of course you can upgrade over them. I think that's nobody in this team you can't upgrade.
You shouldn't be buying players that you can upgrade on.
No one here. I agree with you. No one.
Why are you going to buy a player that you can upgrade in 6 months? It makes no sense.
Listen, Chelsea do it. Chelsea do it a lot of times.
Just because Chelsea do it don't mean it's right.
It's not right, I know. But what I'm trying to say to you is nobody in this team is a guarantee. Like
Mazraoui
has
disappeared. We're just guessing that he'll play good.
Yeah, but that's because of the workload and what we've done as well.
Oh, we're just saying that. He's disappeared.
Would we have signed Mazraoui? Be honest here. Would we have signed Mazraoui if Amorim was the manager in the summer? Yes or no?
No, but that's on INEOS.
There you go. Then that's a negligence of INEOS.
That's on INEOS.
I was the one that was saying INEOS biggest L to keep Ten Hag. So what are we doing here? This is on INEOS for keeping Ten Hag for too longer than he should have done. So in the day, half of them signing might not have happened. So that's the situation there. The system's coming. The biggest mistake that they made here was bringing in this manager, and then everyone now expected it to be, oh, jolly, it's going to be like this. But what they've done wrong was...
Amorim's in trouble because the summer's going to come along.
But it's not his fault though, is it? Let's be honest.
I told you last week, they put out this news. I don't know who put this news out because it wasn't Sporting Lisbon that we're getting Quenda. And everyone started celebrating. Oh, Quenda's coming in. We're going to have him on the right, blah, blah, right wing back, this, that. Who put that news out?
I think it was Portuguese outlet.
Musa, I did a show. It's called Spinios. The title was Spinios.
100% spin.
Spinios. So
telling us about a signing, Nordine, in the summer to distract us.
to distract from this month, and they had since November to plan this January out to at least get in 2 or 3 players, right?
Yeah.
You know, or do bit alone, whatever to do, just to help the guy out to see till the end of the season. They said, "Oh, we're signing Dogu, and then we're getting Quanda." And they even quoted it was actually Einstein of the Athletic quoted. And then on Friday, when me and Saeed did the show, the podcast, the United Real Therapy podcast, I said to him that this was all to get the fans excited. And you know, last Wednesday when we did the man them, what was Trap saying? I don't want to talk about the summer. Trap Cliff. He's the biggest INEOS guy. He's INEOS PR on the streets, bro.
Yeah.
He needs to get that surname. That's what it's Sir Traps Cliff. That's his name, right? He basically was telling me, no, we got to talk about this window. And everybody was buoyant. Everybody was silencing me and you and Devils.
No, listen. We're not learning. We're not here to silence you, man.
No, you were. Stop it. You were silencing us.
I'm not here to silence you.
But they were silencing
Nordin, this is a straight jacket podcast. We're not here to
They
silence
even cussed the podcast. They even cussed the podcast. They said that they need to put us in straight jackets. They were cussing the podcast on the man.
Listen, we're here for everyone's opinions, yeah? That's what the show is all about.
At the end of the day, listen, first of all, I just want to say
Mine was wait until the window.
How many hours left now? How many hours left, Saeed? How many hours are you?
Well, there's not a lot. I think there's about.
Saeed, I swear to God,
5 hours left.
There is a boat. There is actually a little boat with those kind of like dinghies floating somewhere in the Pacific between the Atlantic and the Pacific. Yeah. Who's in that boat right now? Sir Trapscliffe.
Yeah.
Sir Rantscliffe.
Yeah.
Sir Saeed Cliff. Right? Who else?